Have you ever woken up, stared at the ceiling, and thought, I just can't do this anymore? Not because you're lazy and not because you don't care, but because something inside you feels used up. You're running on coffee, adrenaline, smiling when you're crumbling inside. Your body is exhausted, your brain won't switch off, and even when you rest, you don't actually feel rested. That's not just stress, it's burnout. And as a psychiatrist, I see this a lot in my daily practice. And no, burnout isn't just for doctors, teachers, or CEOs. It can happen to anyone who's been giving far more than they have been receiving for far too long. Burnout is now officially recognized by the World Health Organization as a syndrome, a result of chronic workplace stress that hasn't been successfully managed. It has three key parts. First is exhaustion, that drained, foggy, bone deep fatigue. Second is cynicism or mental distance, when you start dreading your job or feeling detached from it. And third is ineffectiveness, that creeping sense that you're failing, that your work no longer means anything. And here's the thing, burnout is about work, not home, not family, not friendships. It's about the emotional cost of doing your job when your resources are depleted. But burnout doesn't just happen overnight, it sneaks up upon you. Quietly, slowly, disguised as dedication. You start with passion. You want to do well, to make a difference, to prove yourself, to say yes to every request. Stay late, reply to emails at midnight, and tell yourself, I'll rest after this project. You stop eating properly. You stop moving. You stop noticing how tired you are. Your world shrinks down to tasks and deadlines. And then one day, something changes. You wake up and feel nothing. The excitement, the purpose, the drive, they're all gone. You are functioning. You're still functioning, still showing up, but inside you are empty. Now that's how burnout begins, not with weakness, but with overcommitment. First comes exhaustion. You are tired in your bones. Coffee doesn't touch it. Vacations barely make a dent. Then comes detachment, the emotional shutdown. You start caring less, not because you don't want to, but because caring now hurts. Maybe you catch yourself being snappy, sarcastic, or cold. Maybe you don't recognize the person you have become. That's your mind trying to protect itself, building a wall around your feelings just to survive. And finally comes ineffectiveness. You start doubting yourself. You feel like you're bad at your job, that you've lost your spark, that everyone else is doing better than you. And that's the heartbreak of burnout. Watching your passion turn into self blame. Researchers have spent decades trying to understand how burnout develops, and they describe it as a kind of slow downward spiral. It often starts with high ambition, moves into self neglect, and ends with emotional depletion and a sense of meaninglessness. It's not one bad week, it's months or years of pushing past your limits. And ironically, the people who burn out the fastest are usually the ones who care the most, the high achievers, the helpers, the perfectionists. So, why does this happen? Because of imbalance. Imbalance between what we give and what we get back. When job demands are high, control is low, and support is missing, burnout flourishes. Think about it like this, a nurse doing a 14-hour shift, comforting patients while no one is comforting her. A teacher marking papers until midnight, juggling impossible expectations. An employee constantly told to do more with less. The more pressure, the less recovery, the faster the burnout. It's a mismatch between effort and reward, between responsibility and resources. And over time, that imbalance erodes not just your energy, but your identity. Burnout and depression often overlap, but they are not identical. Burnout is tied to work. You might still enjoy your hobbies, still laugh with friends until the moment you open your laptop again. Whereas depression is broader, it seeps into every part of life. Well, the two can coexist and one can lead to another, which is why recognizing burnout early is so important. So, how do we stop it? Well, it starts with noticing and recognizing. That constant fatigue, that loss of joy, the dread before Monday morning. Recovery requires rest, boundaries, and sometimes big changes. And of course, we will discuss this in detail in a future video. So here's the truth most people miss. Burnout isn't an individual problem, it's a system problem showing up in individual people. If you're listening to this and thinking, well, that sounds like me, then please know you are not broken. And you are not alone. You've just been running on empty for too long in a world that keeps asking for more. Burnout is in your mind and body whispering, or maybe shouting. Something has to change. If you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe to my channel. The more subscribers I have, the more YouTube gives me the ability to make more creative videos. Like it, share it, tell it. Tell it to all the people you know, and thank you for watching.